Morning. Look at my chill friend over there. We're getting close. Which is perfect because today I'm going to talk about intimacy. Look at that. This is me. This is the bunny. Hi, bunny. It's okay, baby. I'm not gonna get too close. I wonder how close he'll let me get to. I think I'm not gonna test him. Okay, intimacy. Let's look at the bunny. I love it. What is intimacy? Intimacy is into me you see, right? And that feeling of closeness. And to continue our conversations about like sexual desire and relationships, a lot of times what we are truly seeking through the sexual act is intimacy. And we can see intimacy on a couple of different levels: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, just for the ease of understanding. So for a lot of people, physical intimacy is the only way of intimacy. Okay. They're aware of a mushroom. And that's the only way to feel close to another and experience, at least momentarily, that sense of oneness that we all miss and yearn for. It rains, so everything is very fresh and beautiful. Persimmon tree. Asparagus over here. So yeah, physical intimacy. Let's get back on track. Physical intimacy is kind of the most easily accessible one. And then we should also speak about individuals' personal intimacy and interpersonal intimacy. And physical intimacy, it just starts when we're a baby and we want to be close to our mom. And then, as we grow older and we discover our sexuality, and that's another avenue to explore and feel connected to another person and not feel so alone, because we all miss that feeling of being in the womb where we were safe and protected and we were at one with the mother. And after we get born, it's like, oh, I'm separate now. And it's scary. And also this existential fear of what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? Why am I separate, right? Okay, not to take it too deep into it. Echinacea, black eyed Susan. So physical intimacy would be one level, and then maybe we realize, wait a minute, I need more. So we start to find people that are like-minded and share similar views and beliefs and opinions of certain things that we believe in and strongly feel about. And as we grow older, our interests expand and we find more people that can join us on different levels of mental intimacy. And we seek that for the people that we want to be in a relationship with, to share similar views, beliefs, ideas, so we have something to talk about and something to do. This was a nest that I found, and from the rain it kind of got flat. And then we get to emotional intimacy. A lot of times the parents were not so good themselves about it, and then the kids are not so good about it. But emotional intimacy is very, very important as well, when we can share our emotions with the people close to us as we're experiencing them, and can they join us in and feel with us and empathize. And because so many people have disowned so many emotions, and we collectively have gotten out of the habit of truly grieving and experiencing emotions for what they are through the heart, because that hurts a lot of times if they're powerful and strong and intense and don't feel so good. Um, we're all focused on this pursuit of happiness and how can we just like feel good all the time, and trying to go through the mind about emotions and make ourselves feel good by acquiring things and getting this dopamine hit. And when we start to experience painful emotions, numbing them out with different addictions, which can be shopping, alcohol, drugs, work, anything that we obsess over and think, like I'm experiencing a strong feeling. I don't want to sit with that feeling because it's really strong. So how can I distract myself from it? It could be spirituality. It could be anything that we take to an extreme. Food, absolutely anything really. So emotional intimacy would be the next level. And then we get to spiritual intimacy, when at one point we realized, wait a minute, I've developed sufficient mental, emotional intimacy with myself. I've had my fair share of physical intimacy. And you realize, okay, just physical intimacy maybe is not enough for me. I need physical and mental in relationships. And that's how we learn through relationships. And then maybe you're like, okay, just physical and mental is not enough for me. I need to have emotional intimacy as well. And through relationships, you help develop it in yourself better as you're experiencing different emotions. And maybe your partner is emotionally intelligent, that they let you feel your feelings or show you how they do it. And you expand in that area as well. And little by little, we're like, okay, maybe there's something more out there, because I still have that feeling that something is missing. And you might have acquired stuff and had beautiful relationships, but still feel like there's something more. So then you get on the spiritual search. Look how beautiful these leaves are. And then on your spiritual search, you begin to uncover that there's so much more to you, and that you're not just this body, but you're so much more, and you're everything and all there is. And I'm you, and you're me, and you expand and find this intimacy with the whole universe. And then when you get there, you can stay there, or you could be like, okay, this is really beautiful, because I know that at every moment I'm connected to everything. But then when you're among people, what this means is that you can really experience their feelings and be aware of their thoughts. So you kind of become psychic, because you're intimate with everything, because you have found your way back home, and you know that you're connected to everything and everyone. So you can experience great joy, but at the same time you can experience like all of the pain of the world and everybody that you meet. And this is how, we are in this world but not of it. Where, if you decided, I'm not gonna go on a mountaintop and isolate, but I'm gonna stay among humans, uh, and be human, but at the same time be aware of my divinity. What happens is that you go through all of these feelings on the daily, and you can experience intense grief and really feel for somebody who is in pain and fear and suffering, and just feel the wholeness of that feeling and the depth of it with them. And at the same time, the next moment, you can see like a baby bunny or something and feel intense joy. Like, oh wow, how beautiful is this? And you're able to hold both of these at the same time, almost like go from one to the other, like because you realize that nothing is actually um, separate and everything is one. And in order to have light, we need to have dark. And in order to have good, we need to have bad. And they're not like, I'm going to pick two flowers to show you. So let's take this one and we'll take yellow one. It really doesn't matter. But if we have, this is the one extreme and this is like the other end, being in the middle does not mean just being like right here, but this is like the whole middle, and it's more like the infinity symbol, and it's more like an yin yang, right? It's like the whole thing in between. If this is like great joy and this is like great sorrow, you can go from one to the other like woof, because you realize that they're actually one. And this to me is intimacy with life and experiencing it in its fullness and being truly alive. When your heart is completely open and you can feel whatever is coming your way, but at the same time not get too attached, realizing that you're not the body, you're not this experience, you are whatever is experiencing all of it. And you're the beggar and the thief and the murderer, and you're the lover and the king and the poet and just the person who does amazing things. And to be able to hold all of these experiences simultaneously and all of these feelings and keep opening your heart even when things seem difficult, even when people are mean to you. And this is like the greatest intimacy. And then to be able to understand, oh wow, if this person is being mean to me or not so kind, it's because that's how they feel about themselves. And I wonder what things they have gone through and have not processed that is making them be that way. And approach life with utmost curiosity and enjoy the tiniest of things. And at the same time, be able to really feel all of the suffering that is happening, and how at this moment there are so many people that are transitioning and dying, and their loved ones are so sad, but the people dying realize, oh wow, I'm not the body, and they're actually so happy because they return back home. But the people left behind are devastated. And then at the same time, there's so many new babies being born that are like, oh, what in the world? Where am I? Not again. But we're here along for the adventure of experiencing this life through our senses, because if we're just energy and we're one, there's no way to experience ourselves. We can only experience ourselves through another. And to me, this would be like the utmost, deepest intimacy in relationship, when one person is at that space and the other one is at that space, and they realize like this is temporary and fleeting, but at the same time, might as well just enjoy it to the fullest. And I have that depth of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual intimacy, which would come from the spiritual down to the physical versus going from the physical up to the spiritual. And it's really beautiful. It's beautiful to, like have that skin that separates me, and I can touch the leaf and we're one, but at the same time we're different. And because we're seemingly separate, I can experience the water and the earth and the sun on my skin and the air. And how amazing that we create these experiences for ourselves so we can immerse ourselves in the sensual reality. And Feel it all.